Hello, friends. This is Mehek Hemnani, your guide to you, children's counselor, relationship counselor, and if you're on my page, you know who I am. Yes, my page is mehekhemnani.com. Oh, sorry, that's my website. And my Facebook page is www.facebook.com, your guide to you. And today we are going to talk about abuse, especially with respect to children. And what does that bring up for you? The moment I say abuse with respect to children, people start talking about kidnapping, rape, child abuse, sexual abuse, physical assault, and so much more. Bullying, all of these topics. Now, today's topic about abuse is going to go even further than that. You have heard a lot about all of these things from me, from other people, from general news, and it's ongoing in our universe. Let us today look at where it really starts. It starts way younger than you can imagine. When the child is in the protected, secure atmosphere of his own home. When the child is not even two. Yeah, from home, from parents, from loved ones. Yes, parents abuse children many a times, and they don't even realize that they are doing it. So let's look at the life of a small child. A small child is just exploring, just beginning to touch things, to put their hands in literally everything. And what does the parent say? Don't do this, don't do this. The moment the parent says don't do this, and obviously the parent says out of care, out of fear that the child may get hurt. Like for example, there is a switchboard like this one. See it? And the child wants to put his finger in that hole there. And what will the parent say? Oh my god, you'll get a shock, you'll get an electric current. And immediately the child develops a fear that if he touches something wrong will happen. Instilling fear in a child's mind, making a child wrong for what the child is doing, are the earliest ways of abuse in a child's life. Now, many of you would be thinking that, now, what do you mean? Should we allow our child to go and touch an electric socket? Or should we not stop the child from which might harm him? No. You definitely have to care and guide your child, suggest things for your child. But there are ways. And I have a toddler at home, so I know what it takes. What we can do in there, the toddler's sound, can you hear it? He's coming on. So, hi Latharaja, good evening, nice to see you here. So what will you do when a child is ready to just put his fingers anywhere, ready to touch things which are hot, ready to hold stuff which might be dangerous for him? One, get out of the fear from your head. The moment we have a fear because of something that happened in our childhood, that same fear is instilled in the child's mind as a projection, and the child develops or buys into our fear, and the child develops something which is called a phobia, which may not be visible at a young age, but later on in life it might be visible. Some people have acute phobias, some people have lesser ones. yes, they definitely do develop a fear of trying anything that is new. So, anything that is new, a new change that will come in life, will come with a fear. That if I'm trying to do something new, oh my god, I might be wrong. I might not be able to do it, or it might hurt me. Does that happen to you as adults, as elders? Does that happen to you that whenever you start doing something new, you start getting fearful? Where does that begin? Is this really abuse or not? Another example, when when a child is playing with his food, or playing with some toys, or just exploring. The child is new in this reality, loves to explore. Child has five senses. He uses all five senses to actually process what's happening in this world around him, to actually connect with everything that is around him. He touches it, he smells it, he licks it, does everything. Tries to listen to the sound of it, shakes it, breaks it, and does everything like that. Yeah? And what we tell the child? No. This is not the way to use this item. This is the correct way to use this. Instead of letting the child explore. What we tell the child? This is not the right way of doing things. Don't do it this way. And we give him or her a set structured pattern of using that particular item, thing, food, or whatever it is. We give form and structure to the child. And as this child grows up, he starts believing that there is a structure, there is a certain way of doing things only. He's not willing to be creative with whatever comes his way. If life comes with, life comes with a pinch of salt, and different things happen in life, and then we have to find our way out, and we all know that. We literally have to find our way out. At that time, what does everyone say? The best consultants, the guides, the elders, try doing something else. Do it in a different way. Be more creative. What happened? What happened here? The child, which was actually born with those natural talents, has been curbed, subdued, not allowed, and made wrong for doing things that were natural to him. All his natural abilities are subdued. This is the biggest form of abuse, making a child wrong. And it's not only about children, even as we have elders, adults, making anyone wrong for what they are choosing in life is one of the biggest forms of abuse. And every form of relationship discord, unhappiness, chaos starts at this. When the husband tells a wife, or the wife tells the husband, or the parent tells the child, or children who are old enough tell the parents that you were wrong here, you didn't do it right. So who has created this wrong and this right? And every man's each to its own, and one man's medicine is another man's poison. There might be someone who's a musician and another who's a mathematician. There is no right and wrong. Even if there are people living in the same house, or there are children raised by the same set of parents, what works for one child doesn't work for the other, even if there are twins. The gravest form of abuse is making somebody wrong. And how many times are parents doing this to their children? Making them wrong for the choices they are making. And this is not the clothes that you should wear here. This is not the way you should sit here. This is not the way you dress. And creating a space where the child is forced to judge himself every single day, every single moment. judge whether he is doing the right or wrong thing, and go in question of his own abilities. This is the biggest form of abuse that any person, any human can do to another human. And all problems in life later on, they don't show up at that time. They don't show up at 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 12 years. They don't show up even till you're 20, 25. They show up. They begin to show up at that time, but they continue to show up later on in life if not addressed. The need for validation, the need for appreciation, which doesn't allow a person to live to his own potency. Tell me, as adults, how many of you constantly live in self judgment? Constantly. That am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? Did I perform well? Where did this originate? Yeah, go back to that point where it originated. Yeah, there. Go back to that point where it originated, when you were a tiny little kid and you were made wrong for the choices that you made. I hope none of the people who are watching this would again try to do such things to their children. And how do we outcreate the situation? Because telling you all things like these is fun for me, but how would you do it when your child is actually playing like the monster over there and the dragon or the unicorn that they are? What are you going to do? That is the question, and nobody's even asking me that question. So what are you going to do when your child is doing all these things? No idea? A great thing to do is give a suggestion. Ask the child, can we play something else? Can we do it in this way? Can we fix this toy in this particular way? Suggest with a question. Give ideas, but with a question. That, okay, you don't like this food, what else can we eat today? What are you trying to do with this toy? What is the taste of this toy? How does it feel? How is the texture? Talk to the child, ask the child questions. And if the child is actually going and exploring something which is difficult or something dangerous which might hurt him, you can allow the child to have a small taste of it. Like if there is an iron or the burner which is very hot, allow the child to go a little closer under your supervision and perceive that it is hot. I'm sure the child would be able to understand that if it is hot, he's not enjoying it, and allow him to move away then, instead of just grabbing him away. If there is an electric socket which is lower, you can always cover it, and if you can't, you can explain the child how tiny little electric currents feel. There are lots of toys, lots of games which you can use for that. But do not make your child wrong. And all the parents who have already done that and who are watching this, right now don't go into your wrongness. Everywhere you're choosing your wrongness over your strongness, can we destroy and uncreate it all? Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, online, shorts, boys and beyonds. So what I shared right now was a clearing statement from Access Consciousness, which helps you to clear whatever whatever issues that are stuck, whatever limitations, judgments, considerations that are stuck in that area, and helps it to let you release all of that. Hi Pooja. Pooja is saying something. She says, my daughter is a 4-year-old and I always allow to do mischiefs because she always comes with some new question after doing that things. I always allow her to play in kitchen. She knows the recipe, whatever I make every day. Oh yes, children today are phenomenal beings, and that is actually a topic for another day, but I would really share with you that they are so aware. They are so aware, more than even adults, that if, and especially when they are very young, below 4 years, their grasping power, their power to absorb information, to learn new things is way beyond what they can learn later on in life. So whatever approach you use with your child, if you use an approach of questions an approach of inquisitiveness, an approach of knowing more, the child will develop that ability. And whatever your child does, do not make the child wrong for whatever he has chosen. Nothing really is wrong. We always have a second chance. We can do it again in a different way. We are just different. We do different techniques of doing the same things. Don't we do it all the time, even as adults? Even when we cook, don't we have different techniques of cooking the same thing? Even when we run businesses, don't we have different techniques, different styles? And people who are actually functioning from one style, one form and structured pattern, they are not growing. Who is really growing in life today? Who is willing to change? Who is willing to have different? Who is willing to have more and more and more variety? Are you willing to have that with your children? If you have any questions, if you have any things to share, please type them down right away, and I would be happy to contribute to you wherever, however I can. Let us look at other issues of abuse in children. When we look at children who are bullied or children who are easily subdued, what is happening in their space? How are they allowing someone else to do that to them? Vandana says, "Hi ma'am, you can allow, but then there are elders in the family who doesn't like kids doing mischiefs. In that case, what to do?" In that case, you show them this video. Simple. Or you can talk to them. You can share with them what is the perspective, what is really happening here. Read up a little more about these issues. And today is the first day of this series about child abuse and how we are contributing to that child abuse. Because this is the future. The children who are today are the future of tomorrow. And what contribution can this series be to all the children who are going to be raised when they look at, when they listen to the tools, the techniques of these series of Facebook Lives that I'm beginning today? So share these, and please in your comments share your experiences so I can guide you how to outcreate in each of them. Vic says, "Hello ma'am, how to control our emotions and excitements? Why would you like to control your excitement? It's great to be excited. This is another form of abuse. Thanks for sharing this." So we feel that if we are very excited about something, we have a lot of emotions about anything in life, and that could be literally, it could be physical, it could be mental, it could be towards our business, it could be about anything. And we feel that we have to subdue ourselves and we have to make ourselves lesser, because as a child, how many times you have been told that don't overdo this, don't do this too much. Agar aap ye zyada karenge, if you do too much of this, you will have to suffer the pain later. You will have to suffer, you have to have a setback later. Everything that brings up in your universe can be destroyed and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, POD, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. What if you were allowed? What if you were allowed to have more in life? What if you were allowed to have more excitement, more joy, more adrenaline, more fun at work, at relationships, at travel, any area of your life? Everywhere you have heard in your childhood, and this is the biggest biggest sort of abuse that you might have heard, that life is difficult. How many of you have heard it? Tell me, truth. Everyone. And what showed up? Life is difficult. Life became difficult. What if children were taught life is fun? Life is enjoyment. Life is excitement. Life is that, So life is that ride on the merry-go-round where you are just having fun every single day, every single moment. And does the merry-go-round end? Does it have to end? It doesn't have to end. This is another lie. This is another space where we have been abused, by our elders, by our parents, by our teachers way long ago that the fun will end. The fun never needs to end. Life is a fun ride. Enjoy it till it lasts. The moment you stop enjoying life, you begin to die. Ranjita, hi. Good evening, ma'am. I have 6-year-old son. He looks like 4 years old. He doesn't listen to me no matter what. Let it be food, study or anything. He's always aggressive and getting angry for silly things. And she has a lot more. How to make him calm and creative? Okay, the first thing, Ranjita, allow him. He is a child who has phenomenal ability. The fact that he is getting aggressive and angry is because he has a potency. He has an ability there and you are trying to curb it. So ask questions. What can I provide him with? What sort of things, what sort of toys, what sort of engagement, what sort of activities can I engage him with so that he can show his potency? When the child is angry, he actually knows that he wishes to have a change and he is not being allowed to have that change. He is being subdued, curbed. Talk to him. Ask, what does he really wish? What does he wish to have? Yeah, I hope I've answered your questions. Latha Raja says, how to overcome abuse. Beautiful. You have not mentioned how old is your child, or are you talking about you or whoever it is? So, Latha Raja says that how do I overcome abuse? Abuse is being done in so many forms, right from childhood till even adults, and especially in India. Even at the age of 20, 30, 40, children means big adults are being abused by their parents. They are being abused, because I know most of you might be feeling that ये तो मेरे साथ आज भी हो रहा है, बचपन से लेके आज तक, it's happening right from childhood till today. I am being told by my parents, by elders, by society, by friends that don't do this, you are wrong here. So how do I overcome this? 1, know that you know. Follow your heart. If anyone says anything, allow them to say it. Let them say it. The way you safeguard yourself is to tell yourself that I know what is right for me, and it might be different from what is right for anyone else. That is the first step. Second, follow your heart. If your heart says do something, do it. Don't stop yourself. Do it. We do have classes, workshops where we help you with coming out of self-judgment. And these workshops have people right from 3-year-olds till 65-year-olds. The Access Bars workshop, where we help you with coming out of judgment of self. I also do something known as abuse hold sessions. And if you wish to know about them specifically, we'll post it on our Facebook page, and you can connect with me personally too to know how to get out of it. But right now, what I would like you to do is stop it. Stop the abuse, receiving and giving. Stop doing it. It's not working. It's not working for you. It's not working for your kids. It's not working for anyone you're related to. Okay, there's somebody who says I love you. I know you'll love me. Thanks, ma'am, but sometimes Vic is there back. Thanks, ma'am. Thanks for sharing, Vic. Thanks, ma'am, but sometimes in excitement we make some mistake which creates problems. Awesome. So right now you are talking about a hypothetical situation. About, if you would be more specific, I would be able to help you on this call. But what if you know that you are never wrong? You never make a mistake. You always create for yourself. You are creating your life always. There is nothing that can go wrong. Yeah. Ranjita, thank you. You're welcome. Please speak a little loudly. Can't you hear me, guys? You should have said that earlier. I'm sorry. Any other questions for now? Is there anyone who wishes to have any other questions answered, or should I go ahead and speak about something else? So we were talking about when Vic asked that if I make a mistake, I feel that I'm wrong and something shows up because of that. So I would like to ask you, who told you that you are wrong? Who told you that? Did it come from you when you are doing something in that instant? Are you following your heart, or do you feel that you are doing something wrong and then doing it? If you felt it was wrong, you would have never chosen to do it, right? Would you? No. You knew that it was right for you at that time, at that moment. It was the right thing for you to do, and you chose it. What if you were never wrong? And everywhere you felt or you were told you were wrong, you were actually strong. What if everywhere you were made wrong, you would tell yourself that I am really strong, and everything that brings up can be destroyed and create it all. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Hi Payal, how are you? Thanks for coming on live with us. So we are speaking about abuse here and how early it starts. It starts in childhood, and this reality, this social organization, social environment that we live in, we look at abuse way later in life, way later, where we are looking at things that are happening in school, things that are happening at workplace, corporate abuse and so many other things, but not realizing that where is it starting. Hi Indu, how are you? So do you guys have any questions about what is the abuse that is happening right when you were very young, very small? You can list your questions here on the chat, or you can leave it in comments later on. For now, I would just like to say one thing, that if you have small children around you, just let them be. Allow them to play, allow them to explore this world that they have come in, because the way they explore, they generate and create their innate talents, the creativity that they are, the personality that they are. Allow them to be. Yeah. Ranjita says, ma'am, how to handle abuse or insult without losing our temper? Nice question. I wonder, where do I begin? It's a long answer. Whenever people are angry and they say that they are angry with others, they are actually angry with themselves. So when you're talking about losing our temper, I assume you're talking about yourself. That how do I handle abuse or insult from someone without handling my temper? So when you are angry, it means you have a potency. You have an ability to create a change. You are the powerful being over there who can change things. Yet you are not choosing to change those things. You are not choosing to actually handle the situations and create the change that you have the ability to make a different choice. And hence, you are angry. And you're angry with whom? Yourself. And since you're angry with yourself, that anger has to come out somewhere. And where does it come out? It comes out outwards to others. Whenever a person is a very angry person, that person has a phenomenal capabilities which he is not tapping into. Would you like to look at this area and see where it takes you? Latha says, what's your advice for adolescent girls regarding this topic? Adolescent girls. So, are you talking about sexual abuse? Are you talking about lots of other areas? And we shall take them one on one slowly. Let's today start with these small children's things, and we'll talk about little older children in the coming episodes every Friday, 5 p.m. And there's a little toddler over there at my door. Can you all hear her? Let me bring her on. Just hold. Okay, hold on. Okay. Come. So I have a little toddler here at my house, and I am gonna show you that little toddler. Come here. Okay. She's not willing to come on the screen. Here. Hi. Thank you guys, and it's all for today. Thanks for being on live with me, and let's see where this journey takes us. Hope to see you soon on one of my calls or one of my offline live programs. Stay tuned on this page for all the information. Bye bye. See you soon.